Hillary Clinton has canceled her campaign trip to California after her health scare in New York yesterday. And so far, her team isn't talking about her schedule for the rest of the week.
Clinton's problems in New York have raised concerns about her health, and they came as she was facing another controversy over her attack on half of Donald Trump's supporters. George Thomas has the story.
More than an hour after arriving for the 9/11 memorial service at Ground Zero, the 68-year-old presidential nominee suddenly decided to leave the ceremony. Clinton is seen standing on a curb near the World Trade Center as an assistant holds her left arm. As Clinton's van pulls up, she wobbles, is unable to stand, then appears to lose her balance. The video taken by a bystander shows Clinton's knees buckling, almost causing her to fall to the ground. But agents quickly grab her, and she was then rushed to daughter Chelsea's Manhattan apartment. About 2 hours later, she emerged waving to reporters.
How are you feeling, Secretary?
Feeling great. Feeling great.
What happened?
It's a beautiful day in New York.
Clinton's team originally said she was overheated, but her doctor later said she had been diagnosed with pneumonia on Friday. The incident is again sparking questions about Clinton's health after suffering from coughing fits in recent weeks. The health concern came just a day after another political problem for Clinton, as she had to walk back part of this controversial comment she made on Friday about Trump supporters.
You know, to just be grossly generalistic, you could put half of Trump supporters into what I call the basket of deplorables. The racist, sexist, homophobic, xenophobic, Islamophobic, you name it.
On Saturday, Clinton apologized, saying that calling half of Trump's voters those names was wrong. But Trump called her remarks a grotesque attack on American voters. His running mate put it this way.
Hillary, they are not a basket of anything. They are Americans, and they deserve your respect.
Clinton's apology and health concerns come as polls have shown the race tightening in recent weeks. George Thomas, CBN News.
Well, it's hard to run for president. I don't envy anybody trying to do this. Talk about a blood sport. People want to take you out. And then on top of it, to have pneumonia in the middle of the campaign makes it even harder. Well, Donald Trump told CBN News that if he doesn't win the presidency in November, Republicans won't win another election. Trump spoke to CBN's David Brody Friday at the Values Voters Summit in Washington. He explained why he wants to win the White House for evangelicals. And here's David's report.
Donald Trump received a warm reception from an evangelical crowd that he desperately needs to win the White House. Backstage, he told us he doesn't want to let them down.
I want to win for the evangelicals because they have been so good to me.
Trump gave them plenty to cheer, like supporting school choice.
School choice also means that parents can homeschool their children.
And he trotted out a Bible verse that he says sums up what he's trying to achieve.
It's from 1 John chapter 4. No one has ever seen God, but if we love one another, God lives in us, and his love is made complete in us.
In our interview, Trump transitioned from the Bible to immigration with a dire warning for the GOP of what could happen this November if he loses.
I think this will be the last election that the Republicans have a chance of winning because you're going to have people flowing across the borders. You're going to have illegal immigrants coming in, and they're going to be legalized, and they're going to be able to vote. And once that all happens, you can forget it.
Trump says evangelicals need to reject Clinton, or they will face bad times.
She's a bad person. She's a person that has done a horrible job. Her judgment is flawed. As far as the evangelicals are concerned, you can just forget it. She would be actually a disaster.
Trump hopes the voting group represented here can help him avoid his own disaster this fall. David Brody, CBN News, Washington.
If you're not registered to vote, please register. Please participate. I know there's a large temptation to sit it out this year, but please don't. Please let your voice be heard and be registered to vote and participate in this election. We'll be back with more of the 700 Club after this.